Carbon monoxide poisoning. It's an invisible killer that has taken the lives of unsuspecting travelers around the world. In March 2025, 14-year-old Miller Gardner, son of former Yankee star Brett Gardner, died while on vacation in Costa Rica after being exposed to dangerously high levels of carbon monoxide in his hotel room. In 2023, 2 American tourists were found dead in their luxury resort in Mexico. Authorities later confirmed a gas leak was to blame. And just 1 year prior in the Bahamas, 3 U.S. travelers never made it back home after staying at a high-end resort where carbon monoxide silently filled their room. These tragedies are a stark reminder that carbon monoxide poisoning can happen anywhere, and often without warning. So, how can you protect yourself from this silent killer while traveling abroad? The New York Post sat down with an expert who explained best practices for staying safe on your next vacation.
Hi there, I'm Stephanie Sear. I am a personal safety expert and faculty lecturer at San Francisco State University. I teach all things about personal safety. According to a study by the NIH, in 2021, 19% of deaths from unintentional carbon monoxide occurred in Eastern Europe alone. There are suggestions that could be because it's a colder climate in that area, and i.e. people are using more fuel-sourced heating devices that could leak carbon monoxide. But just be very careful if you're traveling to those areas and take a portable detector with you. From what research has shown, the emissions regulations are stricter in the US than in other countries. However, the European Union is just almost at the same level as the United States. And for that reason alone, it may be why there's less deaths in the United States. When you're traveling, you're most likely to encounter carbon monoxide in the environment, most likely outdoors with the cars and motorized vehicles. So keep that in mind, the pollution that's around you. But in a confined space where there's the risk of poisoning and death, it is usually heaters. It's heated up equipment. It's heaters, whether it's for the building in a mechanical room or for the pool where the equipment gets hot and if it's not maintained well, it can start to leak the carbon monoxide. Even in some of these hotels or smaller spaces, there's a laundry room with clothes dryers. That's a common machine where carbon monoxide can be leaking and in the atmosphere. Remember, this is a silent killer. You won't know it, you won't smell it, you'll just be ingesting it. Some of the symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning it starts with dizziness and a headache. And just think about that. Those are common symptoms for many ailments we might have. We might think we have food poisoning or we're coming down with the flu. Trust your instincts. If you don't feel well, you might want to go lie down. Why don't you try first getting fresh air? Remove yourself from the environment you're in where you're not feeling well. Get some fresh air. Give yourself time to recover. Have a drink of water. Do not lie down and go to sleep. That is a major concern, a major problem. What people do, they naturally feel they just want to go lie down and they stay in the space. Remove yourself from the space. When you don't, that dizziness and that headache then gets worse and becomes weakness, and you might become a little disoriented and not think clearly or make good decisions. And as I just said, you will want to lie down and go to sleep. So the most important thing you need to carry with you to prevent carbon monoxide poisoning is a portable carbon monoxide detector. Make sure, a couple things though before you go purchase one, make sure it is UL tested, which means it's been put through rigorous testing. Know which country you're going to and whether you're going to plug it in. And if you're plugging it in, you need an adapter for that country, or get one that's battery operated. And make sure you have new batteries or the batteries are fully charged before you go. And then when you use it, always plug it in right by your bed or where you're sleeping, and make sure the alarm is turned up on it. You want it at full volume so it will wake you up, especially if you know you're a deep sleeper. Keep in mind when you're packing your portable carbon monoxide detector that TSA allows you to bring the detector itself in your carry-on or checked luggage. However, the batteries need to be in your carry-on with you. It's very important to prepare ahead of time before you go. not only about purchasing a portable device, but also do your research. Look up where you're going, find out what the admissions regulations are in that area. Don't just rely on going to a resort or a place that you've stayed before or a name brand that you're familiar with. Even knowing that you've been safe there in the past doesn't mean you'll be safe this time. It doesn't mean that they have detectors, or if they do, that they are up to certain safety standards. Every country is different. So do a little research. Another part of preparing before you go is to look up the emergency services around where you are staying. Have those phone numbers already in place. Have some common phrases ready to say. And a key one is to say you cannot breathe, you cannot catch your breath. That gets attention, that gets emergency services. It's universal. So you say you cannot breathe. It's not enough to think you would just call down to a front desk, or if you're in an Airbnb, or call out the host. Know your rights for cancellations and changing a room, and then really drilling down to personal safety. When you walk into that space, be situationally aware. So that goes to your environment. Is it clean? Do you feel good in that space? Trust your gut. It's your inner alarm. It will take care of you. Finally, take good care of yourself when you're out there and enjoy yourself. Make sure you've shared your itinerary with someone at home and you have your documents well secured.